Pranam, blessings of love and light to our whole world because we are the world. Maybe let your eyes close for a moment, go within and make a wish upon the star of your spiritual eye. Something that is so core and so important, but maybe just not really acknowledged, not really determined on, not really focused on, that you really, really need. You really need to take a light bath. You really need to take a Shakti cosmic shower. So make that wish, and I'll sing you a song. Somewhere, someone is always loving me, and somehow you know my name. Somewhere, someone is always loving me, and somehow you know my name. Can you be for real? Can you be forever? Are you really the one for me? Oh, can you be for real? Can you be forever? Are you really the one for me? I sing my song, I pour my heart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. We're never, ever apart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. We're never, ever, we're never, ever, we're never, ever apart. Somewhere, someone is always loving me, and somehow you know my name. Somewhere, someone is always loving me, somehow you know my name. Oh, can you be for real? Can you be forever? Are you really the one for me? Oh, can you be for real? Can you be forever? Are you really the one for me? I sing my song, I pour my heart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. We're never, ever apart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. I sing my song, I pour my heart. We're never, ever, we're never, ever, we're never, ever apart. May that wish that you made, not even may it come true, it is coming true. In the eternal now, loving presence has blessed you and helped you. And through its grace, through Divine Mother's grace, it has lit the inner lamp of wisdom where no more are you in the darkness. No more are you in the ignorance. You are ever awake, ever alive, in ecstasy with the ever loving presence. Good morning, Narayan. Ever present, ever ready, forever new bliss. That's my soul sister right there, Brooke. Another soul sister, Lisa. Another soul sister, Jim. Soul brother. You know, we've been on quite a journey. a journey that absolutely marries the journey of our hero, Arjuna, the hero of all beings. Somewhere, somehow, some way, shape, or form, they will become that soul hero, the hero of that Arjuna, the ideal devotee that tunes in with truth and is unswerving in his devotion and loyalty to the one, and becomes completely beyond, becomes the same as the infinite itself, one and the same. We are on that journey. We've mirrored it from day one over 7 years ago. You must have a feeling about that now, that this isn't just about reading about something else. This totally is designed for each of you, totally is talking to your heart. And so we are on chapter 10, verse 9, and this little section here, it's about the infinite manifestations of the unmanifest spirit. All right, so coming up is going to be a total trip. At first I said, oh, we don't need to know all the ins and outs of all the different modifications and differentiations of the spirit. And then last night, in the middle of the night, I woke up and God said, are you sure about that? And I wanted to get up and start reading deeply what's coming up, because it's our journey. And we're not going to miss one word of this one moment of being blessed in this journey as these souls returning home to the infinite absolute. So for now, though, we are on a little section, in joy and devotion, the wise adore him. The wise adore him, right? The giver of everlasting bliss, of everlasting peace, of everlasting joy. I mean, really? I mean, it doesn't even take any common sense to say that's a good thing. But sometimes we can be in such a Eeyore state of mind, right, that it doesn't matter. We are just caught up in the delusion. That's plain and simple, and it's so easy to do that. But now it's different. Now it's a new day, because today is also the Lion's Gate. We've had some very auspicious Tuesdays recently. We had on July 25th, Babaji Day. I don't know about you, but there are some special blessings, even more special than the already special blessings that are always pouring into us, right? But today is the Lion's Gate, 8-8, the Lion's Gate. And just in case you don't know exactly what that is, maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't, I want to just share with you a little bit, because there's no coincidences. And as we get into all the differentiations of spirit in everything and in inner worlds and all around us now, you're going to realize that there is no coincidence. And Yogananda said, once you step foot on the spiritual path, there is no coincidences. So this is okay, I'll read it to you. It is time to take big risk. This is what the Lion's Gate means, 8-8. August 8th. 2023, it's time to take big risk. And I'll say the biggest risk for you is to get off your duff, is to stop thinking like a mortal and really, really put first things first. We hear it all the time, don't we? But this is the day, through the blessings of the Lion's Gate, it's going to come through that amazing grace that's going to light that inner lamp of wisdom that says, oh, God, yeah, for sure, right? So here it is, straight from the infinite itself, using the guise of Lion's Gate. It's time to take big risk taker. You'll feel more inclined than ever to take on any obstacles or challenges. And what is the greatest challenge but overcoming your little self that come your way? That's why I wanted you to make a wish upon a star and make determination after determination during this stream, and lay yourself at the feet of the Holy Mother and ask for her amazing grace, because she's pouring it in too. With the Lion's Gate portal harmoniously aspecting your sun, make sure you gamble on yourself and invest in your happiness. Not bad of a day, not bad of a morning, not bad of a life, Charlie Brown, huh? The Lion's Gate portal occurs when the Leo sun aligns with the star Sirius, the Orion belt, and the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. This is one of the rare places where there is such an alignment that the ancients knew this all along, and some wise old souls or some astronomers or intuitives or just people who are interested in the stars, right, know about. So the sun aligns with the star Sirius, the Orion belt, and the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. In astrology, the moment is believed to open the flow of energy. They open the doors, kids, open the windows of your temple, of your body temple, which is totally spirit, a gift from God. This temple houses the divine indweller. That word, those two words had just, well, this is what happens when God gives you the key to unlock your heart and unlock and to blast open the darkness with his light, right? That's what happens. Every word, everything you see, every little thing that was just a minute detail, something just mundane becomes totally spiritualized and becomes the most amazing moment you've ever experienced of God's presence. That's what that's all about. So the moment in astrology, the moment is believed to open. Today, this whole Lion's Gate is believed to open the flow of energy between the spiritual and physical planes, making it a powerful day for personal growth, transformation, and spiritual awakenings. Are you with me? Are you with me now? Are you with Krishna now? Are you with your higher self now more than ever? Brace yourself to manifest your ideal reality and start living the life you've dreamt of, because the Lionsgate Portal 2023 is reopening. Not only that, but your heart is opening. The 1,000-petaled lotus, the Saraswara in your crown chakra, 1,000 petals of bliss are opening. Lionsgate Portal is one of the powerful windows of opportunity for manifestation. What do you want to manifest? Zippo? Zero. No, really. What you want to do is clear the way so God's power, the soul's bliss, Divine Mother's grace powers through you. That's what you want, manifests through you, expresses through you. We want to get significantly out of the way of the way. It's one of them powerful windows of opportunity for allowing God's, I'm going to add that, to manifest, express through us. You would not like to miss this opportunity to breathe life and your boldest ideas and brightest vision for the future. Oh, no, you don't want to miss it. There are many people who do not exactly know what is the Lionsgate Portal exactly. Do you know what the Lionsgate Portal is? And one little more information. Ancient Egypt and the Dogon tribe of Africa tracked and celebrated the star Sirius in the sky. They say that the star Sirius, which is aligned with the pyramids of Giza in Egypt and Orion's belt, could bring transformation and prosperity in them. In addition, the energetic moment in which they could mesmerize their lives with greatness. Truths have come out, and all of which have made the lives of people better during this time. One event in contemporary culture that especially caught our eye was when, now some of you may not even remember this, but you'll remember this, the last little bit of fact. Oh, a worldly fact. Oh, so important, a worldly fact. Guess what? Fact isn't true, but you'll remember this. One event in contemporary culture that especially caught our eye was when President Nixon resigned amidst the Watergate scandal on August 8th, 1974. Okay, all right. So we want to jump over now into verse 9. Again, in this section, enjoy and devotion. Enjoy and devotion. There's nothing stopping us from having the intuitive inspiration and aspiration and practice of this intuitive imagination that we are joy, that we are devoted, right? That we are wise, because this section right here is the enjoy and devotion, we the wise. We the wise, Gandalf the wise. adore him. And we ended with this beautiful quote from Emerson last week. The universe is represented in every one of its particles. Remember last week? Ekam Sat. Only one exists, the giver of everlasting bliss. Ekam Sat. Remember that? Only one exists, the giver of everlasting bliss. I have a song. Oh, all-pervading spirit. Oh, all-pervading spirit. The breeze of your inspiration has banished all clouds. The firmament of my mind is clear. With purified eyes, I behold everywhere, everywhere, only thee. I behold everywhere, only thee. The sunshine of thy joy, bliss, penetrates to the innermost depths of my being. And with the hunger of ages, I feed upon thy light. I feed upon thy light. We feed upon thy light. Here's the line to remember as a mantra today. By thy grace and by my constant wakefulness, may this bliss be mine forever and ever. May this bliss be mine by thy grace and by our constant wakefulness. May this bliss be ours forever and ever. And where is this bliss? In every atom of you. Where is the source of it? As the divine indweller within you. And this quote from Emerson: the universe is represented in every one of its particles, in every particle. Everything is made of one hidden stuff, spirit bliss. He didn't say spirit bliss. He just said hidden stuff. The world globes itself in a drop of dew, tiny little drop of dew. The true doctrine of omnipresence is that God appears with all his parts in every moss and cobweb, in every second of all your existences, in your blood, in your consciousness, in your thoughts, in this seemingly tornado that rips through town, right? We had a mini tree fall on our fence and yesterday it just picked up. There was probably an 80-mile-an-hour thing just went anyway. But it's all bliss. It's all spirit bliss. You see how you can't be touched anymore by anything that you think, anything that you feel, any thoughts that are racing through your mind right now, anything your partner could say, anything that the doctor could say, anything that the news can say. You are not touched because you are that infinite divine indweller personified. So verse 9 is so beautiful. It's almost like you don't need anything else. We don't need anything else but this present moment, enwrapped in this eternal now presence that's with us, enwrapped in our new determination and this blessing that just came to us to wipe away our darkness. We'll get to that quote in a minute, where God lights the inner lamp of wisdom in you and the darkness vanishes, though it had never been, right? And it's all because you, O devotee, are so sincere. You, O devotee, are so surrendered. You, O devotee, if your sincerity is unmatched. Sincerity is a diamond, Yogananda said. It's a priceless diamond to be sincere about this and not to deceive yourself where you stand in all this. Be honest with yourself, you know, be real honest. Be totally honest. But don't believe what you say is honest, because if it's on the downside of things, it's not even real. But you might need to acknowledge it so you can do it's a very powerful thing to practice. Christ light. Go right up with that thought, whatever it is, that's just a feeling that just kind of just oppressed you instantly. Go right up into, look up and into your spiritual eye and say, Christ light. And then whatever that thing was, then say, strike. Christ light, focus, strike right into the heart of that concept, right into the heart of that emotional upset, whatever it is. Got it? So many little techniques all come from intuitive imagination. And you creator, you, oh creator, you, one with the infinite creator, you and your creativity. But let's listen to verse 9. Their thoughts fully on me. Now you are the Arjuna. We've always been the Arjuna. We are this indomitable power in the power center of our third chakra that is going to rouse all the negative energy from your first two lower chakras, from the lust, and the first, the second, and the greed is the anger, and then in the greed of the third, and it's going to lift it up and put it in this heart space where the one divine indweller is waiting for you to have your residence, permanent residence, where you live your consciousness inside this heart center, right? So your thoughts fully in your heart, or fully on me, will add. Your thoughts fully on me. Their thoughts fully on me. They're beings. They're beings surrendered to me. Your whole being, 27,000 trillion cells. Everything, all that you are. Just a big embrace to all that you are, and then surrender it. Just surrender it and then be embraced. Either way you want to go. Their thoughts fully on me. They're being surrendered to me. This is beautiful. Enlightening one another. This is what I've been trying to pick you guys up, and let's communicate. Let's comunicado. Let's enlighten each other. Post your wisdom nuggets to activate them, right? Send a little note to each other, an inspiration. Soul, we are soul to soul. We are nothing but the truth, the whole truth. So help us, God. Enlightening one another, proclaiming me always, my Lord, my Lord. But that is a proclaiming on the inside, you know. That's a proclaiming, not necessarily that we, you know, always just kind of just say it so blatantly. No, keep that. I have a quote from Master I'm going to read later that talks about your love affair with the divine is between you and the one. Just like when you're really in love, you don't go talking about it to somebody and tell them all about the intimacy you're sharing, right? Especially with God. Proclaiming me always, my devotees are contented. Today you're contented. Today we are contented. Real contentment. Ah, sweet santosh. It's a niyama, contentment. Where? Well, you could choose the Divine Mother's arms. You could choose being embraced by the light. You can feel that contentment in going into the inner worlds and being blessed by inner peace by Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar, Larry Mahashai, Babaji, right? A lot of places to get that contentment awaken you today, and joyful, as we've mentioned before, in joy and devotion. We adore you. We adore you. Yogananda comments. This is page 775, verse 9, chapter 10, God Talks to Arjuna, volume 2. And once again, I'm so happy that we have souls. We have passionate souls on this line, because you make up for all the rest. I know the world's in a great place because you are here, and we are one. And we are the ones that are going to enlighten one another. We are. I got the sentence coming up, not I, Yogananda's. Yogananda says, God united yogis, their consciousness and life merged in him. After 7 years plus, after 350 or so streams, I would say that we're getting close to our consciousness and life merged in him, even if it's just an intention, even if it's a desire. But your desire, see, your supreme heart's desire. My heart's desire burns like a fire every minute, every day, right? It was maybe way down on the totem pole. Maybe even yesterday something hit you and you fell flat, right? No worries. But now you have the ability to bring that up. Maybe it's on the top. Maybe it's number one. Maybe it's going to reign number one on the big charts for the rest of your forever, right? Everything's possible. Everything's possible because there's nothing that your soul isn't capable of achieving through you, in you, because it is you, 100%. Their consciousness and life merged in him, perceived the immense panorama of creation. Woohoo! See, you're only going to be really happy when you are omnipresent, when you have the wisdom, omnipresence, and the communion with God. The only way you're ever going to be happy, right? Because we're too little this way. We're too cramped up. We're so tight, bound, nervous. Everything is just like, we don't think that, but that's what we are as humans when we forget God. The moment you forget God, that's what happens. So you perceive the immense panorama of creation through the Lord's, through this. We're not doing a dang thing here. We're just getting out of the way, as I mentioned. Through the Lord's omnipresent life and consciousness, such great devotees. And your soul, Mahatma Lisa and Mahatma Jim, great soul, Mahatma Brooke and Mahatma Narayan, great soul. All souls are great. Such great souls. Some are sleeping, some are kind of got an eye kind of open every now and then. Some have both eyes just open. Some have them wide open all the time, because another little acronym for AA is always aware. I love it. I love it. Always aware. So eyes are open, right? So they'll know that they're great, but they'll never admit that. They'll know that, oh, God is great. Oh, thou art great. Only thou art great. Ekam Sat. Only one exists. Such great devotees are aware through intuitional power of one another's presence. They're aware through intuitional power of one another's presence. Oh, Lisa and Jem and Brooke and Narayan, every week you come together like this in the highest of ways a mortal can come together, practicing being immortal, practicing being soul, letting go of anything that isn't that, right? I would say if anyone has. So listen, why don't we let our higher self do it now? Why don't we let these steps that we kind of keep a separation from, and we're doing, the ego is, we don't say that, but is doing something to do a step because it's part of the program, right? But what happens when the chakra opens up and activates, right? Then no longer are you struggling for something, and it won't open if you think you're doing something, right? It's the Lord through you. It's the mother, Yeah. There's no need for blame. I carry no shame. The mother's always wiping our slate clean. There's no need for blame. We carry no shame. The mother's always wiping our slate clean. She's the mother of love, the mother of forgiveness. She's a mother of sweet compassion and amazing grace. That's what she does. She does. She operates. She made your body. You're not feeling so good these days? The mother, she made the body. She brought the consciousness into the things that can have consciousness. She made the animal. She's been the one in charge of all of created, manifested things. So don't tell me that you can't be great in your humility, right? Such great devotees are aware of intuitional power. So let's let our souls do the work on this. Your soul is manifesting unbelievable. God through your soul, Divine Mother through your soul, is manifesting, is expressing through whatever, your heart chakra, your third chakra, through all of your chakras, infinite love. With everything, it is projecting. It doesn't stop, right? So what I've been doing lately is whenever I think of you all, I just feel like all of your souls are loving me, and then my soul responds and loves you. And then why not, if I can do it with the few, why not we do it with every being on the planet? Because in truth, their hearts and souls are designed to have infinite universal love. I mentioned taking something for granted, and I just heard in a stream recently that taking something for granted, it's a universal law that God has to take it away. Taking something for granted and being in not grateful in your relationships for whatever and all of that. That Yogananda had this quote I never forgot, that ingratitude withers even the greatest, the stoutest oak of friendship. So let's go the other way. Let's let our souls love each other all day long, and then include the whole world. So there is nothing wrong with the world. It's in perfect harmony. It's in perfect, because you are, right? And all you do is feel like all souls are loving you on the inhale, and then on the exhale, you love all souls. Now you're talking about expanding into your omnipresent nature, right? You're going to see how simple, how powerful at the same time it is to practice the omniscience of you, as we always say, right? Then we can, and through that intuitional power, through your intuitive imagination of one another's presence, we can always be in bliss ecstasy together. May this bliss, may this bliss be done. May your bliss be done. May your bliss be done through us, Lord. May your bliss be done. We feel your bliss. We feel your bliss. We feel your bliss within us. We feel your bliss. We feel your bliss. We feel your bliss. We. We're going we all the way home. They commune together to give expression. Hello, expression to their overflowing love for God. Overflowing is your love for God right now. Man, gain control of that brain of yours and those thoughts of yours. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Get busy and take a risk in the name of love. This is risky business, man. Because if you don't, we better go listen to those streams in chapter 2 when Krishna says to Arjuna, don't you know that a righteous battle is the highest thing I'm asking humans to do, the most important, to be in this battle of overcoming your little self. Righteous battle. No one's exempt from that. No one should shirk this righteous battle of everything we talk about every Tuesday, and you meditate on, and you practice. Good job, everybody. Really great job. So let's commune together to give expression to this overflowing love for God, because it's overflowing, ain't it? A thought away, a divine thought away. That's what your fearless faith and total trust going to give you. Then you have a thought, a noble thought, and activates kaboom. And then the next level of that, it kabooms to everyone and everything who you are. Mankind are just not your friends. They're yourself. They're yourself. That was what I just this stream when in that chapter 2 I'm on. That was talking all about it. So how could we ever be mean and abuse ourselves by thinking one even tiniest little negative thought about anything or anyone? So especially pick those things that you just, that's that way, the likes and dislikes. We can turn everything over today. I would highly recommend it. That wish you made has come true. So if it isn't the highest wish, then keep making the highest wishes today, because they're going to come true. You got to be, baby, it's true, true blue, to what's going to make you feel really good, right? You got to be true blue. You got to be the sincerest of the sincere. Such men and women alone know joy in the contentment of spirit that causes them to cry, I am full, O Lord, I am full. That's a much better way to say I am full than someone else to say that you're full of it. Right? I am full of you, Lord. Much better way. Look at the swing. Look at the swing we have here, man. In thyself I have found all treasure. What wonder then? This is going to bring us to our title this morning, the one I love and used last week too. What wonder then that the yogi and the awakening one urge the worldly men and women to forsake the momentary pleasures. It's like a bauble, this fake coin that you think is real and is worth something. What wonder then that the yogi urges the worldly man and woman to forsake the momentary pleasures of the earth and to embrace the giver of everlasting bliss. You can embrace that one today, all day long if you want it. All day long. See, it's going to get so obvious to you, my dear, as we go, baby gigantic steps every day. That's omnipresence, this power of your soul power that can conquer anything and everything. And you will need all of it to conquer your little self. It's in the little things. It's in the little things. The devil's not in the details. The omnipresence of that cobweb and moss that's filled with the omnipresence of the infinite is in that detail. So you can embrace every little detail and every little thing that happens. I woke up in the middle of the night and I said, thank you, Lord, for that tree hitting, crashing into the fence, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As a drunken man feels throughout his body the injurious thrill of alcohol. Of course, to the alcoholics, not injurious. That's that in short memory, very short memory that we in the delusion can have when we're in that delusion. Very short memory. Throwing up in the streets one day and then a day later we're drinking again. Completely incredible. And that's what it is. ISM, it's an ism, it's another acronym. Incredibly short memories we can have. The drunken man feels throughout his body the injurious thrill of alcohol. So a God-intoxicated devotee. I love that. Yogananda in another place said that you need to carry a flask like in the old days, the flask of just turning to God. And like I said, when we're really just 100% in line with ourselves and in line with truth and that divine indweller, you just say the word God, or you say the word joy, or you go to your step and that thing's blasting at your third chakra. Divine Mother and her assistants are around you right now, and it's for real. And she's the amazing grace that gives you the ability to be an absolute total appreciation, because how could you go about your day today thinking it's you? Or you don't even think it's you. You just go about the day, but you can be not even thinking of thanking her totally for the grace that gives you another day on this planet, even for your heart to beat today, for your hands, your fingers not to be all arthritic. Maybe they are, right? And things like that. And even if they are arthritic, thank you, Mom. Thank you. But at least be super appreciative of the gift of life, right? Thank you, Mom, for taking care of everything of me and for your amazing grace. You see, when that stuff activates, when this stuff activates, it's going to be the happiest day. It's the happiest day of our life. It's the happiest day of our life. And there's so much love coming to us, so much joy or light beaming down, right? And there's more and more wonderful keeps coming, it keeps coming to us. And there's more and more wonderful keeps coming, it keeps coming to us. And we always have a song to sing, don't we? Huh? At least I do. Keeps coming to us. It's the happiest day of our life, moment of our life. This moment. Boom. We got it. And you have that, that beautiful quality of being so sincere and so focused on the truth that you just one little word of truth or anything. There was a devotee that was, sometimes it's these most humble ones, man. and he was serving in the kitchen. Brother Bimolananda, as a matter of fact, serving in the kitchen at the mothership way back in the early years, way back. And he didn't bring his little, metaphysical meditation little book, because he always liked to carry that for reminders. And he started to go, oh, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right. So there was a cookbook Yogananda had put together, kind of a makeshift little cookbook. He grabbed that cookbook and started reading the cookbook and got into that joy. Joy happens because of that inner you, that is really, really dedicated, top of the totem pole, top priority to the one beloved. That is in you, around you, everywhere. And we are that. That is everywhere. So as a drunken man feels that alcohol, so an intoxicated devotee conscious of his augmented being. Augmented, they have these augmented realities now. I guess it's those things that make things, blow things out and enhance things and everything. I guess those things that kids wear. I've never done one yet. So it's augmented, it's just to make grander, to blow up, size it up, to make it seem sharper, better, more powerful, whatever. So we feel we're conscious of God's augmented being, augmented everywhere. And we're just completely heightened, enhanced in that experience, in the vast cosmic body of nature. And we feel an ever rejuvenating exaltation at the contact of the omnipresent, joyful Om. It was this bliss wine, the cosmical vibration of Om, the bliss wine. The bliss wine. Don't you love it? You could sip bliss wine. Forget the flask. Just drink bliss wine today. Of the cosmical, and by chanting Om, sip, Om, sip, Om, or just the Om, which is sipping, if you are really sincere, right? The holy activator and the sadness terminator. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a great day, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Lion, for this portal. And thank you, Lord, for the always and the forever, every split second of our existence, anywhere we are, is a portal to his presence, her presence, to the joy activator and the sadness terminator, right? So we feel an ever rejuvenating exaltation at the contact of the omnipresent, joyful Om. It was this bliss wine, the cosmical vibration of Om, the Holy Ghost, that filled Christ's disciples on the day of Pentecost. You heard of that, They had where they spoke in tongues. Maybe not. But anyway, there's a footnote down here, and that's from Acts, from the Bible. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven. Oh, the rushing waters, the sound of Om, as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting, and there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them, and they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. They were stoned, and so can we be, and so are we, stoned. And I have that poem, The All-Pervading Spirit, I sang earlier. That's from Yogananda's Songs of the Soul, and this is another one. You never heard this one. I don't think I've ever sung it before in public. One of Yogananda's Songs of the Soul, but it's apropos to this bliss wine. As I muse on thee, a thrilling fountain spray, a thrilling fountain spray, lightning likes spreads from my soul to all cells of my body, saturating them with divine devotion, saturating them with divine devotion. My soul's secret door suddenly opens, and oh, what bliss I feel at the sight of thy light. And oh, what bliss I feel. Oh, what bliss I feel at the sight of thy bliss. How's that for lyrics? As I muse on thee, as I focus on thee, as I meditate on thee, as I remember thee, a thrilling fountain spray, lightning like, spreads from my soul, from that hidden geyser. You got to drill deep into yourself like you're drilling for oil, baby, like the Saudis. Drilling for a nonstop oil, an abundance of it. And that's the oil of the living bliss, right? Until you strike the geyser of God's presence. So a lightning light spreads from my soul to all cells of my body, saturating me with divine devotion. What? Isn't that like the bliss wine? Saturating me with the bliss wine? And then suddenly, my soul's secret door that I have no clue usually about. I'm just trying to remember it. I got a soul. Oh, that was my effort today. I got a soul. Bam, there goes the mind. Right? My soul's secret door suddenly opens, and oh, what bliss I feel at the sight of thy light. We're just begun. We have just begun. A desireless yogi. A desireless yogi, right? That goes very well with that giver of everlasting bliss. Why would you need a bauble? By having a desire for it. Aren't we over that? It's only one desire to have. My heart's desire burns like a fire every minute, every day. My soul affirms I am loved. My heart it sings I love you. I love you. I love you. My heart's desire, number one. It made it all the way to the charts, and it's been number one for eternity. Number one on the hit list, man. Phew. A desireless yogi withdrawing his mind. Thank you, soul. Thank you, mother, for helping me withdraw this mind that you made. And this gift of your amazing grace that even gives me the intention to want to withdraw my mind, and then the passion for it, and then the effort that is going to take, patient effort, not looking for any results, without blaming that something went wrong, or analyzing my meditation, or analyzing myself, because I sit there and it's just like a lump on the log, right? Whatever. Thank you for helping me withdraw my mind from the excitements and bewilderments of the cosmic dream. Experiences an endless satisfaction that is unknown to seekers of sense pleasures, not even close to the cheap thrills of sense pleasure. As a prisoner regaining his liberty after many years is suffused with happiness, so the yogi who emerges from the confinement of numerous incarnations, that is, just for thousands, let's put, of incarnations, remember, in prison, that you create. There's no fingers to point anywhere out, that you have chosen and may still choose. Can you imagine the exaltation you'll feel emerging from the confinement of thousands of incarnations into the freedom of SI, capital S, capital I, spiritual identity. Who are you? I am the almighty power spirit. Remember, We are backed by the power of this universe. We are so fearless. We're backed by the power of this universe. We are so fearless. Bam! And we can't do wrong. We are so strong. We are so loved, and we have no fear. And then the chorus kicks in, because we are the power of spirit, the almighty power of spirit. Remember that song? Oh, yeah. What did you say? Radio station 108.8, spinning the hits since infinity. Brooke, you're amazing. You are all absolutely incredibly amazing. It's just, and it's an absolute, absolute amazing. Ah, we made our own. Absolute amazing. You are absolutely amazing. All right. Who emerges from the confinement of thousands or numerous, Yogananda said, incarnations into the freedom of spiritual identity. Those are capital S's and capital I's, S-I, spiritual identity, is overwhelmed by inexhaustible joy. Even a word such as inexhaustible is nice to hear rather than we're running out. Sorry, it's on order. We just ran out. Right? Just think of how the nervous system is just absolutely doesn't know what it's doing. And you're going to hear a quote coming up here about how important the nervous system is by a scientist to tune in with that omnipresent self. So we got to get really kind of right in the middle, right? Even keel. No, reduce, if not completely get rid of likes and dislikes, and just stay centered, man. Stay centered in something that is greater. See, there's no give up of all that stuff that we know we need to give up, habits, the addictions and whatever, until you have a greater lift up. You have to have a take up that's greater. So that's why we always come back to our practices, always come back to a mantra, always come back to a song, just endlessly. It works like magic. That's what gets rid of all that stuff, not you trying to get rid of it. Remember, anything you try to do on your own ain't going to work. This is all her, Divine Mother. This is why we don't leave her hug. We don't have to do anything. She does. We're rolling today, I must admit. Okay, versus spiritual identity. It reminds me of that. What's my line? Would the real spirit soul please stand up? Well, some days like this, some days like this, right? Let's all stand up. Let's all stand up and stand out. How's that? Let's all stand out. Glow. Let that beautiful soul essence just express through you. Man, manifest through you. Verses 10 to 11. Page 776, number 10, to those thus ever attached to me. See, you attach yourself to the light. You attach to all the good. You attach to that. So we don't ever say we're not attached. Well, we're not attached to the things that make us sad and aren't real, for sure. Why even deal with it? But we are attached, really seriously attached, forever attached. To those ever attached to me, to that one beloved, right? And who worship me with love. We're attached to loving that one beloved too. We're attached to loving the love and being loved by the love, aren't we? Totally, 100%. You know, if something should happen and you should forget all this and don't have the spiritual kind of wherever you're at today, you go, oh God, I'm in hell. You don't realize how much grace has got you to be where you are today, my dears. Trust her, total trust in Divine Mother. Divine Mother, I don't know why I have to go through this, but you do, and that's good enough for me. To those ever attached to me and who worship me with love, I impart that discriminative wisdom, Buddhi Yoga, Buddhi mind, wisdom mind, by which they attain me utterly, utterly, utterly. I'm milking the cow, the divine cow, Kamaduk, the cow that bestows the bliss, the divine cow, utter. Get rabbin utter, utter, utterly, utterly, utterly. They attain me utterly. You might need little examples like this to get just kick yourself into a creative gear. So you always remember, right? You got to use every drop of your creativity, every drop of your energy. That's why you're a great conservatory of energy. That's why you don't waste a drop of energy, because you use it to be creatively inexhaustible supply of everything. Joy, bliss, love, peace, happiness. Verse 11 is from sheer compassion, I, the divine indweller. When I hear the word compassion, I think of Divine Mother, but she's made all this creation anyway, so she's the divine indweller. But so is Krishna. They're all one and the same, as you know, right? They're all one and the same. So you choose what works best for you. But from sheer compassion, when does the compassion kick in? God's compassion. You'll see as we go along. It kicks in every little next little bump it up, step it up, right? That you make just a little, but it's coming from God's grace. So you got pumped up because you were so grateful for every little thing, and you don't qualify out what's good or bad. Everything Divine Mother is behind in your life, right? So just the gratitude, just the appreciation of every little detail today is going to pump up that what you want to attach to, and then all of a sudden the other gets further and further away, and you don't look back, baby. The boats are burned. From sheer compassion, I, the divine indweller, set a light, Divine Mother, in me sets a light, the radiant lamp of wisdom. Ooh, the radiant lamp of wisdom. She turns it on, the inner lamp of wisdom, Yogananda will go on to say. The inner lamp of wisdom, right? You feeling a little dark these days, worried? Oh God, worry and all that stuff is just like, that's Stone Age, man. We don't want to get near that stuff. It's just a total eclipse of everything we're talking about right now. So I know that's less too in you. I know it is. From sheer compassion, I, the divine inner dweller, set a light in each of you, the radiant lamp of wisdom, which banishes the darkness that is born of ignorance. Which banishes the darkness born of ignorance. What is ignorance? Ignoring, being caught and restless, mindless, and drawn out again today, whatever it may be, right? And ignoring these possibilities, not all possibilities, but the ultimate truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Ignoring the one who is the giver of everlasting bliss. That's what ignorance is. As soon as you catch yourself not being with the beloved, then you have to come right back. Lickety split, right? So that we get the grace that banishes the darkness that is born of ignorance. Yogananda goes on to comment here. This will be a perfect way to end today. The realized yogi, through the intuitive, discriminative wisdom he receives from attunement with God. So it's not your intuitive wisdom that you did something to get it. The realized yogi, through the intuitive, discriminative wisdom he receives from attunement with God. We receive. I am opening, I'm ready to receive. I'm opening, I'm ready to. We receive. It's all about receiving, right? She loves me more. How much can I take? I'm so full, Lord, right? I found the treasure of treasures. She loves me more. See how this stuff all starts to just sink in and just totally come into a perfect simplicity and clarity and joy, right? The realized yogi, through the intuitive, discriminative wisdom he receives from attunement with God, knows both the imminent, right here and now, in this world of delusion, and the transcendental states of spirit. He can merge, she can merge in divine unity with the absolute. In samadhi, we have absolute access to the absolute access, all the way to the transcendental absolute. That's why in that final step of samadhi, our final one, bliss oneness, I go up there and stand in that celestial heaven that I think I've mentioned to you, with all the other just free beings, and we just have our eyes set on that one face, because the absolute takes a face whenever it wants to, and we never take our eyes off, and there's just bliss, just bliss in and bliss out. There's just a flow of bliss. In fact, until it just flows bliss, the spirit bliss, oneness, everlasting. Right? We can go there anytime too. You not only get a little bliss wine there, you get rivers and rivers of it. So that soul who has the intuitive discrimination from attunement with God knows, that receives from attunement with God, knows both the immanent and transcendent states of spirit. She or he can merge in divine unity with the absolute in samadhi, or she can delight in a dualistic relationship with her creator as a devotee beholding and worshiping in the temple of reverential love. The all-pervasive, all-pervading, all-pervasive, cognate, C-O-N-N-A-T-E, spirit. What does it mean? Innate. It's always been here, always has been. So isn't that cool? So we can feel that in that duality in the immanent realm, whereas the other one is just there's just the unity, right? But in this duality that we can worship, behold, in the temple of reverential love. And that temple is your body. So within me, in this temple of reverential love, really, in this temple of reverential love, and in the temple of your little altar at home. In your home is a temple of reverential love. Wherever you go, in your car, everywhere, as you walk outside the door and you go into a busy supermarket or whatever, it's a temple of reverential love. And you are devoting and loving the all-pervasive cognate spirit, the cosmic dream idol. The cosmic dream idol. It's not American Idol. It's the cosmic dream idol. The cosmic dream idol. Do you have that? Have you guys are you kind of really attached to the cosmic dream idol, right? Do you watch it every moment, every day? Is that bliss watcher looking into yourself and just with the God glasses on? There's your dream idol. It's better than or dream lover, right? Dream lover, whose form is the phenomenal universe. So everything out here in this madhouse, so to speak, because it's a duality, is God in disguise, as is your partner at home, God in disguise. Oh God, do that love thing. Your hubby is in the other room, the wife's in the kitchen or wherever. Maybe she's in the room and you're in the kitchen. Doesn't matter. But you do your little meditation, but you're not thinking of the wife. It doesn't even make sense to you. It has nothing. It has no connection to you anymore. But there's an immortal soul. The divine indweller in her is loving the divine indwelling you nonstop, 24/7, and you just have a little receive and give. One divine indweller, one higher self to another. Sweetness. Okay, as it is the Lord who has caused man and woman to dream this dream of delusion. Here we go again. It is he alone who can bestow the awakening. We're in his mind. So what do we have to do about anything except the one, right? And how are we ever going to do the awakening? We can't do a dang thing, like I've been saying, like we always say. But he alone can bestow the awakening. Divine Mother's grace is everything, everything. He is everything. He and she, the divine parents, are everything. Alone can bestow awakening. When a mortal being tires, and I know you're getting tired of this, of groping through the darkness of everyday life. I'm putting that there, but groping through the darkness of unknowing this and unknowing that. When am I going to die? When is it, something that we got to report from the doctor? Oh no! When are we going to get the fence done? And can we afford it? Right? So when the mortal being tires of groping through the darkness of unknowing and uses his or her God-given intelligence to ask the right questions, follow the right actions, and demand enlightenment, and demand it as a child of the infinite. It's yours. Divine inheritance is yours. Claim it today. Samadhi bliss is yours. Demand it today. God, in his infinite compassion, Divine Mother, in her infinite compassion, responds to that sincere entreaty, where you are asking the right questions, following the right actions, and demand enlightenment, samadhi bliss. You know, kegs after kegs delivered to your home of the bliss wine. What? Unlimited supplies for life on everything. And doesn't cost a thing except your complete surrender to infinite bliss. That's all. That's all it takes is complete surrender and giving your soul back to spirit. That's it. Nothing, right? Then, in his infinite compassion, responds to that sincere entreaty. His grace then lights up, her grace lights up the inner wisdom lamp in that devotee. The grace comes to light up your lamp of wisdom. The grace does everything for you, who you are today, whatever the blessings you have, the challenges you have, it's still completely in God's hands. In God's hands. So you need to go into the bosom of Divine Mother or Krishna himself and just say, hey, it's all your show. I'm all yours. That's all I know. Okay. So through his grace, her grace lights the inner wisdom lamp in that devotee. I just love that, right? From sheer compassion, I, the divine indweller, set a light in them, the radiant lamp of wisdom, which banishes the darkness that is born of ignorance. That's the verse. Verse 11, chapter 10. And then Yogananda says it's her grace that lights the inner wisdom lamp in that devotee, dispelling dark shadows of delusive dreamings. With the banishment of ignorance, the awakened devotee attains him or her utterly. Milking the cow of the bliss cow, Kamaduk. We're going to hear about him coming up, Kamaduk, the bliss cow. Oh, we will attain the beloved utterly. That finishes this section in joy and devotion. But first, there's a little thing here about the song to end with from Rabindranath Tagore, who was India's Nobel-winning poet. That master Yogananda put to music this poem of his. That's a perfect way to end. Wouldn't you say? For a perfect day, for a perfect life, for perfect friends, for a perfect existence, for the perfection of all that is. Everyone's going to experience this. Everyone is. They just don't know it yet. In my house with thine own hands, light the lamp of thy love. In my house with thine own hands, light the lamp of thy love. Thy transmuting lamp entrancing, thy transmuting lamp entrancing, wondrous are its rays. Change my darkness to thy light, Lord, change my darkness to thy light, and my evil into good. And from the sense lamps that I do light, they suited into worries. All the sense lamps that I did light, suited into worries. Sitting at the door of my soul. God, that door that suddenly opens, right? Sitting at the door of my soul, light thy resurrecting lamp, light thy resurrecting lamp. Once more, for the road to eternity, for the road to the ever-present now, to the road of the greatest happiness and attunement and intimacy with spirit today that you couldn't even dream about, but it's yours today because you made that sincerest wish. Make that sincerest wish always to the infinite. Here we go, ending. In my house with thine own hands light the lamp of thy love. Let's sing this for the whole world. Let's say all our brothers and sisters on the planet are singing the same song and dialed into the same moment, all in the same frequency, all of it higher selves, divine indweller, all of it's totally as it really, really is. But we're in this plane of lower vibe, right? But now we've just entered the ecstasy of the highest vibe. In my house, with thine own hands, light the lamp of thy love. In our house, with thine own hands, light the lamp of thy love. Thy transmuting lamp, entrancing, thy transmuting lamp, entrancing, wondrous are its rays. Change our darkness to thy light, Lord. Change our darkness to thy light, and our evil into good. All the censer lamps that we do light, they're suiting into worries. All the censer lamps that we do light are suited into worries. Sitting at the door of our souls, sitting at the door of our souls, light thy resurrecting lamp, light thy resurrecting lamp. Embrace the light of the world. That is you. That is us. That is everyone. We are the light of this world and the bliss beyond. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen. Bliss out.